Yo. Yo. Okay. Just built this PC. Link in the description. If you don't watch the PC build, it was like a faster PC build. So I installed Windows on the stream, but not Fortnite and all that. So I'm kind of curious. Like, I've never used a 14400F before, so I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to perform in Fortnite. Before we do that, I'm just going to run a quick performance test, so we have the score. It shouldn't overheat, but you never know. Right, don't check for updates. I will be using the 54640 driver now, for as many builds as I can, just to make sure that we use the same driver on everything for the most accurate results, I guess. Also, I might have found a way to copy shaders. So you need to use the same driver to copy shaders and have the same GPU. And I don't know if it works yet, because I haven't had a chance to test it on like a PC that I reinstall Windows on with the same driver and the GPU. Usually I switch GPUs or like change motherboards, do like stuff, and I don't think it's gonna work that. But maybe. We'll see. So just running this test to make sure that it seems a little bit okay, at least. It should be the same as, or a little bit better than the 12400 for the 16 that I got on the Discord. And the RAM is, I think it's running the XMP profile. I didn't actually check that. I should have done that, because this run is going to be incomplete. Or inaccurate, at least, if... Bro, I should have checked that. Oh, yeah, let's just run it and see where we end up. It's kind of annoying to look at, to be honest. This is really annoying to look at. I should have done that before I went live. Yo, TP, what's up, bro? I've copied all the files and installed it. I haven't started Fortnite yet. I'm just making sure that it performs the way it should. Otherwise, there's no point in like playing until we fix that. So we're gonna compare this score against the 4060 12400F build. So it's running a pass mark. I ate some food. I went for a little walk. I took a shower also after building the PC. So now I'm ready. I'm actually going to the dentist tomorrow. I don't like going to the dentist, bro. So I do not look forward to that. But for you, I ate meatballs with fast macarons. We're out of milk, so I drank like lemonade with like, that's not a good mix, bro. What? You're also going to the dentist tomorrow? What are the odds, bro? Corv and 6 hot dogs, bro. What? That's a lot of hot dogs. I actually had hot dogs like 2 days ago We had like a barbecue here. No, it's a Sunday. Yeah, on Sunday we had a barbecue, and on Monday, bro, we're doing a lot of barbecues. I got a hole, like in one of my teeth. I'm gonna fix that tomorrow. I don't look forward to that, bro. Yeah, it's the Fun Light lemonade. I really like a hot summer day having the Fun Light. That's banger. But I don't like drinking lemonade to meals. Basically, like I either want Pepsi Max or I want milk. And especially when you, like any pasta dish, like you want milk. It's just so much better. Like, why is the 2D score quite low on this? Lemonade versus orange juice. Orange juice is also pretty good, bro. Sometimes you just crave orange juice. I don't crave lemonade, but I do crave some Pepsi, bro. And we're out. But there's like a special deal tomorrow, starting tomorrow on one of the Swedish stores. You can buy a 20 pack of Pepsi for 79 Swedish crowns. Very cheap. It's like €6. Oh, homemade? I don't even think I've tasted homemade lemonade, to be honest. 12 hours? That's a long time, bro. Okay. The RAM score is probably going to be pretty bad, and the SSD score is going to be horrible on this cheap SSD. You boil water and do a bit of stuff. You put in the cheese go for 12 hours. But lemonade, what, like you take lemonade, like lemons, and then you squeeze them? Or do you boil like the lemon whole? No. You gotta squeeze out the juice, right? Because do you get like small bits in the lemonade? I don't like when it's like small bits in it. It's like my worst nightmare. Yo, Adam, what's good, bro? 25,000. Is that a good CPU score? Yo, so what's good, bro? Depends on how you squeeze them. My dad's work. How's it going, bro? Does he have the respect of his coworkers? How's Bitcoin going, Sword? I thought it went up to a new record. Oh, it went down today. I started liking these live streams of yours, man. I guess I'm a fan. Thank you, bro. Makes me happy to hear you say that. We're just chilling, you know, relaxing. I should be playing, but I just want to benchmark this when it's stock before we do anything, so we know that it was like the same day that we built it. And I think the CPU score, like 19,000 to like 21, is the 12400F. So this seemed to perform about 20% better. I don't know if that's gonna convert into 20% more FPS, but that would be pretty impressive. For this build cost, it's like 550 euros. That's pretty cheap. But SSD, bro, this is gonna get butchered. This is such a cheap SSD. And if you go up like 50 euros on the total build cost, you get better RAM and better SSD. But the first thing I would upgrade would probably just be the SSD. Like the RAM is good enough, to be honest. Because DDR4 doesn't really matter. As long as you have 3200, it doesn't matter that much. I'm watching since December 24. I should get a Porsche. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. You deserve it. You deserve the Porsche GT3 RS. A white one. The same one that I have in game, bro. Alright, this took longer than I expected. The CPU test goes pretty fast, but the 2D, 3D, and SSD takes forever. Oh my god. This just got, it got butchered, bro. Alright, let's take a print screen of this. And post it. After you're gonna watch a police chase on live TV. I don't have a license. No. You can make it into like a EPA tractor or whatever that's called. $14,400F. That looked pretty long. Is that supposed to write it? Yeah, 14400F. We got the Asus Dual for the 68 gigabyte. Gskill RAM 3200. It's the same kit, but the other one didn't support it. McLovin method. Please tell me you watched the movie. I have not watched that movie, bro. McLovin. Wait, McLovin. Isn't that the three teens that goes to a party with a fake idea? Like an old dude. That's what you mean, right? Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Like when he shows the ID for the first time, it wasn't fun at first. I remember the first time you saw it, but then when they start talking about it, it's pretty funny. Okay, so we got 25,700. Let's look up a 12,400F. How much did the 7600X get? Oh, only 29. And that's a lot more expensive, bro. Where's that? Oh, 12,600 gets 28k. So it's just below 12,600k. That's not good though. I thought it was gonna be better than that. At 12,400, yeah, it's get 19,000. So for being i5 at 400F version, it's about 20% better than a 12,400F. Which is pretty reasonable if you ask me. Yeah, and I got 20k there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Multivitamin juice. Bro, that's so good. Alright, let's start Fortnite for the first time. And use the crosshair app. Alright, what is this? What is that? Is it the game bar? My god, I hate it so much, bro. Show tips. Can we turn this off? If I'm gonna tweak this, I don't wanna uninstall anything. We're just gonna keep it default. It doesn't really matter. It's like the first time when you start it up is annoying. Alright, you can delete those. That. You can keep those. Right, so this is the default crosshair. I'm gonna switch to the V shape and then lower the size one step. Too small, like that. Oh yeah, you get 20% back from your V-Bucks. I saw that. Bro, this looks scary, bro. No, what is this? I'm not playing that, bro. Alright, let's see. Why isn't this show? Alright, it is. So, shader comp. Let's put in what game it is. So we can see how long it takes to compile shaders. Let's do the FPS test map just to compare. So a 12400F gets around 600 FPS. And the first few times that you go into a creator map, you get more FPS for some reason. So we can't judge it too hard by that right now. So it's gonna be way more than 600 now, probably like 700. It's worse. Oh no. Like the average should be 600. And what is happening with the reported lag? Why is that so high? I do not know. Okay, so it might be something else. Yeah, we might have to compile shader first. In comp. But that was low, bro. That should be a little bit higher. Because I think it's like just below 600 on default. Hard Patroller. Like, who buys this, bro? I so badly regret that I bought like the Star Wars Pass the first time it came out. I never use the Star Wars skins, basically. Unless it's a Star Wars season for fun. That was a pretty cool sound. Like clean metal. There's no way FPS could be worse, right? That's... You're gonna get robbed again. Don't go, bro. Like, call somebody, or at least pretend to be on the phone with somebody. Then people might get afraid to rob you. Oh no, we're gonna have spawn, bro. I will not die of spawn, bro. That's not happening. We are dying of spawn. Yeah, that's not good, bro. Bro, I switched. Oh my god, it's lagging so much. That was not a good start. I do not like this shotgun, bro. I didn't even check the FPS. I'm gonna check the clip. It felt bad, bro. It felt so bad. Yeah, that's not good. Like, the average should be higher than that. Temps are fine also, that's good. These are crazy, these weapons. Like, when you shoot somebody, I start building instantly. Like, as soon as I can, I still die. Like, yeah, it's crazy, bro. You gotta go. Take care, Sleepy. Thank you for watching. And good luck. I hope you survive the trip. Me too. You can pray. Pray to the overlords. Have mercy. No! Oh no. We messed up. I thought we were further out. Fine. What is this? So it did updates even though I said it shouldn't do any updates. That's a scam. Yo, let's go, bro. How you doing? Doing pretty good. Just took a shower. Some like fresh for tomorrow. 16.3. That's a lot of kilograms. The 44F seems to be pretty bad. I don't know. It seems to be worse than a 12-400. So I don't know, but we're still compiling shaders. We died on spawn there previously. Yeah, I don't know how that's happening because the 12-400 of spawn gets like an average like 270, 280 even, and then it goes down to like 240. After you played like 80% of the game basically. But this one doesn't even hit 240, so I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I do not understand what's happening. But it might be shader stuff. Yeah, why not? Of course, he's a headshot though. It's lagging so much, bro. Bro. Why is it? It's lagging so much. Yeah. I would not recommend anybody to get the CPU, bro. It's gonna be like this. Even race with the oven tomorrow. Oh, where did they ship that from? Yeah, the 5600 is a pretty good value, bro. And it's so old and still performs like crazy. But at this rate, like the 12400F is also better, so I don't know. I will do. I might be BIOS update I needed. I should have just used the other motherboard. I just wanted a brand new one for the video. So we never know, you know. But we're not going back up there, that's for sure. Is he camping here? Please don't camp. That's good. I don't like this blaster at all. Should we key him? Oh, assist from who? Yeah, I'm not going after that. No, but like it has 2 more cores. No, 4 more cores, right? The 12400F only has 6 cores. And this has 10. And it has 10% more cache. And Fortnite love cache. That's why the battle pass increased in price recently. So this should perform better, but it's not looking good at the moment. Okay. Yeah, when you do the pass mark, the 12600K beats this. Not with a lot, but it still beats it. So for productivity, I would still get the 12600K. This is so much newer, you know. I thought it would be better. Clock speeds, you can check. 4 GHz. Oh, is that low? How much is it supposed to boost? Not even 4. Like I think it's supposed to hit 4.4 maybe. No, it can't be that high. Is that one though? Right, so the guy who jumped me here, he just ran away. That's pretty strange. We have the same car. Don't, bro. Don't run away. This is pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. Can we fake give him this car so he takes it? And then we explode it. Nope, that did not work. It's a good thing we didn't die behind a wall there. That would be frustrating. No, but he had different tires on his car. I don't think that was mine. Yo, get on. Let's go, bro. Is it supposed to hit 4.7? Yeah. And mine doesn't. Something's wrong. It's a brand new. We had 144 in the background when we installed Windows. 170 now. But this is strange. It should hit higher, bro. Let's keep this open and see what is happening. Oh, no. Is it a power thing? Oh, no. It might be a power thing. I did not know that this pulled 150 watt. So this motherboard only delivers 105 watt. And I think, I don't know this, I think when there's a limit on the motherboard that doesn't exceed the limit of the CPU, it throttles without hitting everything that it should. Yeah, I might need to switch motherboard. Oh my god. The thing is, they can't write TDP 65. Alright, that's a scam. But how much is the 12400 PL2? Yeah, 117. This is way closer. And the PL1 is 65. How much is PL1 on this? What? No, this is not accurate. So the PL1 is short term max and PL2 is long term. So the short term cannot be the same as the TDP. Yeah, they messed up, bro. Alright, let's watch the clocks. Because if this doesn't hit 4.7 during this game, we're cooked, bro. Then we might need to I mean, we can try BIOS update, but I don't think that's gonna work. On the H chipset, you can't do any overclocking. What's the best tweaks you tested? That's a good question. No tweaking utility has boosted FPS overall so far. They all mess with your PC's performance, but custom power plants boost performance a little bit, and Windows 32 priority separation. That value does change the performance of your PC. But you have to benchmark all the different values on your own PC because it seems to be different for everyone. I'ma go grind. Let's go, bro. The thing is, if you have to buy a B chipset motherboard to run the 14400F, you are cooked, because that's gonna cost you way more than an A chipset motherboard. Then it's not worth it at all. So that's gonna be the case here. I have a B660 and a Z690 for the 14700 KM. If I'm gonna have to put this on that to benchmark it accurately, oh my god. Now we are cooked. But we can do a buy something. Maybe it's like it's not fully supporting, so it works, but you can't get the max performance that you're supposed to. That is a real thing that happens sometimes, but I've never encountered it myself. Because I thought this would hit like 300 and then go down, you know, as we play. But the FPS is looking a little bit better now. Maybe it was a shader thing? That's the fun part about Fortnite. You never know about the performance. Fortnite is back on iOS. Already? Didn't just remove it? It was like 2 days ago. They're like, Fortnite is off iOS. They need to decide, man. Alright, that's new. These never stand when you drive into them. Don't fall down. Ah. Alright, let's see what BIOS version we should be on if there's a problem with that. MSI a Pro H610. Do they have different version of this? MG, is that the one I had? Yeah, it does not feel good, Avox, that for sure. No, I had the H610ME. Yeah, this is the one we have. Support BIOS. Okay, so this is the latest one. Sometimes, oh yeah. Alright, so after this, they did something for 14th gen. Support next gen CPU. What gen, bro? Are they retarded? They have to write what gen. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Alright, so let's just update the latest one. I'm gonna need a USB drive. I do not have one right here, bro. Alright, I'm gonna go get it. Okay, let's see here. Okay. This is not good, bro. This is what's the problem. Wait, where's the file? All right, let's see. BIOS version is. It's kind of new. It's from September. 16, 38, 4 MB. All right, I'm just gonna go and share. I'm not gonna show you BIOS because I don't wanna reconnect my capture card. The only way to show BIOS is if I reconnect my capture card. What's up? Yo, Setra. We're not getting the performance out of the 14400F. It's only boosting to 4 gigahertz. It's supposed to hit 4.7. So I'm thinking it might be a BIOS problem. You can new. Yes, it's the OC tool that I've been working on, but I can't get it to work properly. It only works a little bit. So when I get that to work, I have like a beta version. I was gonna post it in, but I didn't do it. No, it's, you know what send timings is? It's basically an app like send times. You can see all your RAM stats and also stress test. The same with mem test 5 and Y cruncher, using the same, basically the same test that they have. I took the config from Nemus 1. So it's using the same config as he has, and then it's also a passmark benchmark, so you can see like your latency, same as ADA64, so you can see your nanosecond latency. I'm just so sick of time when I'm overclocking that you have like 10 apps open at the same time. So I just wanted one app to do everything. Alright, BIOS update is done. Let's see if it boots up. So that's better, but I'm gonna have some trouble getting the info from Intel systems. On AMD, it works. At least like on the one PC that I tested with my 9800 XTD and 4070 build, but it doesn't work on Intel, and I don't know why. All right, we are booting. It's very odd though that it doesn't boost. Not sure what you're supposed to do if it doesn't boost. Keep the work. Hopefully one day it's gonna be banger. You see the mock-up that I did? That kind of works. It looks pretty decent, but that's like the hardest part, getting it to look the way you want without messing everything up. But I'm not a good like programmer, so that's why it takes time. I redid the crosshair app. I redid this also. So I used to have one app for everything. Now I added so you can choose what you want inside of the app. Instead, change the thickness and stuff like that. That's pretty nice. It's also like in beta, just testing to see how it works. I removed the images, the logo, to make it use less RAM. So now it's pretty low. But I want it to be even lower, but maybe one day. Okay, so now it's boosting. Yeah, when you import stuff, that's when you get the latency problems, from what I can tell. What is his name, bro? He just wrote in some channel here, bro. What was it? Oh my god, I don't remember. He changed his name. There. That's his name. AQ. Alright, AQ. So now it's boosting the way it should. That's good. Alright, let's see what he sent here.
Everything in this PC to be white and so it all just kind of color matches nicely. Okay, all we have to do is just slide it in, make sure all the holes line up. Okay, and now all the holes line up on it.
Alright, let's see how it performs. You should have not safe work. Oh no, that does not sound like a good idea. Those are dangerous. That's when the FBI is gonna come close down the server. What you changed? I updated BIOS. So now it's boosting. They had an older... so they wrote here. They improved performance by doing something for the 14th gen, and this BIOS here, like they had a few ones that supported stuff with the 14th gen. So I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I downloaded the latest one and now it's working. So let's see if the FPS is a little bit better. It should be better now. Hopefully. Otherwise I'm sad. This is why I tell people to update this stuff. Even their BIOS. Yeah. I mean, BIOS updating is a little bit scary. And I don't think you should update BIOS unless there's something wrong. But most people, like, it's hard to troubleshoot what's wrong. But in this case, if your CPU isn't boosting the way it should, it's either gonna be a power problem or a motherboard problem. So BIOS update is pretty good. Could be a good way to fix it. Because you can brick your stuff. Like if you download the wrong BIOS, that can be pretty bad. Oh no, it's even worse, the FPS? Oh no, this is not good, bro. At least we had like 590 before. No, what happened now, bro? It's boosting the way it should, at least now. Alright, let's jump into ranked. I don't trust creative, to be honest. Never mind. It's the RAM, bro. When you update your BIOS, you have to reset your RAM speed. That might be why it's... You never know. Why is this not working now, bro? Yeah, that's true. New, like if you have a more expensive motherboard, it's probably gonna be fine. Okay, XMP memory. Oh yeah, now it looks better, the BIOS also. That's good. Alright, so we have memory tried here. Should we try? Oh, what? This is not a good memory try it. This sucks, bro. Advanced DRAM config. What should we set? The Treffy is at 8,316. Should we set that something else? I'm just gonna try running it at 65. Is that the max for DDR4 also? Do you know that? Let's try that. It might even boot now. I have to reset CMOS. Okay, it's booting. That's a good sign. Okay, so that might have been the reason. Let's see. Okay, so now it's running at 3200 and Treffy is at 65,535. Okay, let's just run the CPU score again. And the RAM score and see if it performs better. It should perform better now. Hopefully. No, but it should. $3,000W. Yeah, that was nice. That was an easy fix. We got lucky. They added support, so it was supporting it, but then they added a performance fix in November, I think. It is a pretty new CPU. Like the 14th gen, it's not that old, right? No, is it a year old? Hi, chat. 14400F release date. They released in January, bro. What? That's a long time ago. That's like a lifetime ago. Alright, so we hit 25k before. Let's see how much we hit now. I should have HW info open just to see. Alright, so we hit a little bit more. But as we know, the passmark score doesn't mean that much for FPS. But when you're benchmarking against yourself, that's when it's important. So how much did we hit in the memory score? I don't really remember. Was it 3600? No, it was 3100. It was pretty low. But look at that latency. That is good, bro. 35. We could tighten the timings on this, but we're not gonna do that. At least not right now. Yeah, it's a lot better. What's up? Yo, bud. We had a problem with the BIOS update, but now it's back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I also thought that first. Yeah, but it wasn't. All right, now we got the accurate score. Let's see. Did that change FPS in any way? Yeah, no beginning. It boosted at 4 gigahertz and it's supposed to hit 4.7. We're up to the BIOS and now it's okay. I was so ready to tell everybody, don't buy the 14400F, it's garbage. Yeah, but bricking a motherboard, that would not be good. Like, this is a cheap motherboard, so it's not the end of the world. But bricking like a high-end one, oh, that would be bad. Or if you only have one, that's bad enough. Can we please hit 600 plus average? Oh, no flashback. Oh, we accidentally almost went back to the future. No flashback. Yeah, but that's feel like this is a pretty new thing. Oh yeah, now it's looking better. We're hitting 600 average now. So this is outperforming a 12400F basically. BIOS flashback. I thought that was only for like super high end PCs when you have the flashback without installing a CPU. i5 can get more FPS than my Ryzen 5. Oh, but the 5600, that's a really stable CPU. Or it's not stable, but it hits a lot of FPS, bro. I don't think this is gonna average more than that. I think there was like, was it 280 almost? Average. B550. Oh, that's pretty old also. Okay, so it was last season that I had the 5600. 240 cap. It was not right. Yeah, there was 300 average, bro. The 5600 was pretty good, but the lows are bad. Like 50, this. So the average was good, but the lows are bad on the 5600. Oh, you bought a new GPU? A white one? $4090 Ti. GAC cores, C-Tex. This doesn't look sus at all. How much did you pay? One hamburger. All right. How much would it cost if we were to get like? So, I don't even wanna use a high-end GPU because I want people to see you do not need a high-end GPU to play Fortnite. But people don't believe me. So I don't want to get it like a high end, but if we were to get a 4090, how much? Oh my god. Oh no. Alright, 5080. This is decent. It's still pretty expensive, but oh, it's not in stock. Maybe one day we will sit on the throne of 5080s. I know Spec Bench got a 5080. So this one, when it's in stock, is 1188 euros. Ah, the currency is messed up, bro. But it's almost 1/10 of euro. Yeah, 3 pieces and a half. That is right. But the 58, and this is like the cheapest one seems to be 13,500. Yeah, so this is the cheapest one in stock. And wait, I don't trust that site, bro. That's a sketchy site. ProShop. I trust ProShop. But that's too expensive. That's too expensive. Computersalg. I don't trust. Alright, so the cheapest one is 14,900. Bro, this is just crazy. 1,336 euros, bro. For the worst graphics card, also, like the worst model. USD, it's 1,513. And it's supposed to be 999. Oh my god. But in Sweden, we pay more for tech because they add like a tech tax. So we pay like 25% extra on everything. So that's unfortunate. Alright, we found a game. That's good. Oh my god, you can buy a 6,000 CL36 16GB kit now for 272 Swedish crowns. Plus moms. Oh, wait, this is used. Okay, never mind. What do you think about new 96XT? It looks like it's gonna be pretty good, like performance-wise, but the problem still remains that AMD graphics cards just have a bunch of weird problems and perform very strange with the latency compared to NVIDIA graphics card. And I don't know why that is, or why nobody's talking about it. But when most people do the FPS testing, they don't show latency stuff. They only show FPS. So maybe that most people don't know about it. But yeah, the FPS, the performance per... But AMD has been pretty good for a long time with the performance price to FPS wise. But still people don't like it. And second hand, like trying to sell an AMD GPU in a PC, that's a nightmare. Like nobody wants it. But, it's also like when people hate on the 8 gigabytes, that's because that graphics card is not meant to run, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2 at 4K or Cyberpunk at like 50 billion K resolution. It's supposed to run Fortnite and Valorant, Overwatch, Counter-Strike, and those games don't use 8 gigabytes of VRAM. So I think people need to chill a little bit with to hate on the memory size. Bro, we are hitting 290 FPS. Alright, this is looking way better, bro. Like 30,000 Swedish crowns, bro. That's just a lot of money. Wait, if this is gonna hit 300, okay? And Intel CPUs are stable when you cap the FPS. What's gonna happen when we run this at 240, bro? Is that gonna be stable enough to run 240? That's a lot of money, bro. And I don't think you're gonna be able to resell that and get your money back, to be honest. Bro, we have a slight problem. Your 14 900K gets worse FPS, or got worse FPS, than my 14 700K. So the videos we did, I should take them down because they're not very accurate. But did I write in that video that yours wasn't overclocked? Maybe I should have done that. A green shotgun? I have a blue one. This has something low graphics. Yeah. Can this run 300 if we optimize BIOS a little bit? If we tighten the timings on the RAM? Oh my god, that's... Is that gonna be an overclocking stream? Because that's gonna appeal to a lot of people. If you can overclock and tighten your RAM timings to increase performance with like 10% on a F CPU from Intel with a H motherboard, bro, a lot of people are gonna wanna watch that. Or should watch that if it works. How was your... Yeah, so mine... Wait. That's true, bro. How much did I average? Because I did not average 600 FPS, that's for sure. You know what? That's true. I was not into overclocking back then. What was I doing, bro? What were we doing with our lives? I don't even know. How was I want to run on 4K? Oh, that's a good question. And we can upscale and like fake a resolution on a monitor. But does that actually show you what it's worth? I have a 4K TV. Oh, should I do a 4K test? That might be interesting to see. I'm gonna this 60 Hz, but it's still 4K. Yeah, it was even playing field. That's true. But yeah, I should write that in the video title because people still hate on it till this day. We don't deserve that, bro. We were just having fun. Where is everybody? I kinda miss the days when you could not sprint in Fortnite. It was more focused on the game than just mobility is running around. I can't be the only one. Did they finish fighting? Please don't jump in now. Please, bro. Don't do it. Want maybe more? Good luck, bro. Right, so he went out. Because he was in there. Where did he... Oh! Yeah, that's true. 1080p is pretty bad. Like, can't really argue with the sharpness, you know? That's true. Too bigs. Alright, we're hitting way more FPS than a 12400. I mean, not way more, but at least more FPS. I was so concerned to begin with. Like, this was not worth it at all. But now, this is pretty decent. So it's a good thing you can't build there. I didn't want to build there, so it's a good thing that you couldn't build there. Where did he go? That's not fair, bro. There's another player here? Right, how many times do I have to press play to play the game, bro? Yeah, the sharpness when gaming, I'm not sure if like does that really matter. I mean, when you're build fighting, are you gonna notice the sharpness? I'm not 100% sold on that in Fortnite, but when you play like Cyberpunk, I mean, I'd much rather play at higher resolution than more FPS, but it's the opposite in Fortnite. I had a 1440p monitor, but I decided to go with a 1081 just to get more hertz. Wait, did we increase the game? We did not. Not sure if it matters that much, but it's a little bit fun to see at least when the lows increase. But is that also a problem? Bro, how does this guy have a 2 billion mass, bro? He literally had us a billion mass. How did he just dropped, bro? This is a scam. It's 4K. I mean, obviously, in like 20 years, nobody's gonna be gaming on 1080p. Of course. But I think it's gonna be a long while before it gets like the norm. Because to play on such a high resolution with games when people value FPS and latency over sharpness, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a while. Finally got him, bro. It took like 45 minutes. Yeah, but like if you sit by a computer and do other stuff in gaming, like editing, oh my god. That's the one thing I kind of miss with 1440p, is that the workspace is just so much bigger and the sharpness. But I don't know, I had a 27-inch 1440p going to a 500 hertz 25-inch. So the screen got smaller and it got a little bit less sharpened, but like this hertz is crazy. This does not used to play music, bro. That's a fun update. No, this needs to play some music. You can't live like this. What is this? No! How could he shoot me there, bro? What? I thought it was standing from a better angle. We're using a MSI Pro H610 motherboard. Got some problems with the CPU actually. Didn't boost the way it should. So we had to update BIOS, but now it's working. Yeah, it'll be 760 and games can't reach 4%. Oh, what's your BIOS version? I had that exact problem. First, I thought the FPS was a little bit low. And then I checked, and I also hit 4093. And then after the BIOS, you're not gonna hit 4.7, but it's hitting like 4.6 or 4.59 or whatever it's supposed to hit. So I think, let's see what is hitting. So after the update, 4.688 was the one that it hit. Yeah, so this is what it hit afterwards. But why isn't it doing it right now? That is strange. It should be hitting it right now, right? That is odd. Is there a thermal problem? No. Wait, it did hit it first. Maybe we need to get a game. But this looks suspiciously similar to the previous one. But the FPS got a lot better after the BIOS update. Yeah, let's keep this up when we go into the game. Like the average was like 230 almost, so it was pretty low. And that was like 270, 280. This is way better. I wouldn't say that it's way better. The 12400F is a solid choice. It kind of depends on what price you get it for. So right now, when I bought this today or yesterday, it was cheaper than a 12400F with like 10 euros. So if that's what you're looking to get for, then it's better. But if you have to pay more for it, I don't know. Like the averages are a little bit better, but I haven't compiled shaders fully yet, so I can't tell you. But it does average around 300 before you start fighting your spawn and doing all of that stuff. So at least that's something. But now I'm getting a little bit worried. Why isn't... Oh yeah, now it jumped up. Alright, let's keep this running to see. So all that it says that it's gonna do is that the single core performance is gonna hit 4.7, right? Why is mine hit 4.6? Yeah, it's supposed to be 4.7. That's a little bit odd also. Yeah, to be 100 honest, I don't know why it's doing this. I have no idea where anything is here, bro. Toilet here also? Was that just come? What? Are they outside? Of course. Yeah, never land at a new spot, bro. Let's go. This was I was gonna get. Is this coming good? There seems to be a problem with the speed. Like, it's not hitting the boost lock it's supposed to. It did only hit 4.09 first on all cores, and then I upped the BIOS, and then it seems to work, but still, like, some cores aren't boosting the way it should. And the FPS is better than a 12400F, but not with a lot. Yes, the 7600 is gonna be better, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. The 144F, I don't know why it's so expensive. And for no reason at all, it just dropped below the 12400F. Here, which is pretty strange. All right, so the 12.5 is lower now. All right, so this wasn't lower when I bought it. This was at $13.99. But this is like, it's still cheaper than the 13400F, which is strange. Also. So this is supposed to boost at 4.4. And this is supposed at 4.7. And the 13 is 4.63. Yeah, just get the 7600, bro. It's gonna be better. Oh, but this can hit 4.9. That is a lot better with the K. So you can overload this at like 5.2, maybe? From what I can tell, the 7600 is a lot, like it's very similar to the 7600X. And with my 7600X and the 4060, bro, it hits averages 400 FPS. Just below 400, like 395 basically. Ooh, that's a lot more money. Oh, yeah, I would not pay that difference, to be honest. But it depends, it depends. If you only play Fortnite, the 12.4 is gonna be banger. If you stream when you play Fortnite, or any other game for that matter, the 14.4 is gonna be better. I mean, the 4 extra cores you get, it's gonna help you out when you're streaming. So, but if you're only gaming, I still would recommend the 12.400 so far, but I haven't tightened the RAM OC anything on this, and we're still like compiling shaders, so I'm not 100%. Bro, what? How did you survive that long? Oh my god, it's a good thing you didn't go in here. Get the pump. Oh, but how good is the 9600? Is that a good CPU? But I'm just gonna run the new one instead. I wanna get some nice 20 points. Ooh, 100 FPS. But Crime City is hard. Like, that is tough to run. For sure. I'm just gonna take whatever color is better. 1000 at best? Is Valorant that much easier to run than Fortnite? I'm not gonna farm anymore, bro. It's not worth it. We only need a little match. We're gonna die anyway. Oh, really? Is that big difference? Where did little bro go? Because I'm actually demanding games. Oh, bro, come on. Those games aren't fun. I wanna try Cyberpunk just to see like the performance you can get out of it, but there's so many people testing every game, you know? Like the testing 20 game performance. What are they doing up there? So there's no point in doing that. Just wanna focus on the games that I like, which is basically is only Fortnite. Nice in here, right? Wait, is Darth Vader here, but he's not here? Wait, how's that work? No, he's here, right? Did he fly away? He slammed on the right side. I want to get that fight also, but there's so many builds. That's another guy. He broke the car. Oh, no. Ah. Oh, there's key, bro. Okay. Bro, I shot him first. How did he not die, bro? That should have been a 200 pump. I should have healed also, bro. $1,500 FPS, that's crazy, bro. I didn't know Valorant was that easy to run. No. People say, oh, you should use DirectX 12 on this. You're gonna get more FPS. You never, ever, never, ever get more FPS on DirectX 12. That's not how it works. That's a myth. People are spreading false information. They are lying to us. And I will not stand for it. Can you try that 7600? So the problem with AMD CPUs is that people don't want them. So, you know, I build PCs to flip them. And the 7600X they already got, nobody wants it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy any more AMD CPUs. It's enough as it is already. It's just so expensive, you know? Because what's the... Oh my god. They cost... What? It's basically the same. Bro, why would you get the non-X if it's like €1 difference in price? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, you should get X. Jacob, welcome, bro. What's good? But what's the next CPU in that price range? 7600. Alright, so I kind of want to know the 9600X. In pounds, is it £6 difference? So it's closer in Swedish crowns. $9,600. Is that a lot better? 170. It's the same price basically as the 14400F in that country. Whoever wrote that. There's a £10 difference. Then the 9600 should be more worth it, right? How much is the 7600? I built mine for, I don't know in pounds, but just use PC Part Picker and check the cheapest price. It's fast to put together. Price and performance, that's, I think, is the best PC to build when you play Fortnite. It's just gonna be very unbeatable in from Intel. That's like nothing can beat it. But maybe the 9600X is gonna be better. I don't know. Can we pretend that we did not see this guy? No. And we missed, and we're dead. That's not mine. I'm cooked. That's enough. When they start phasing through your builds, when they're camping, that's when you know it's time to turn off. All right, let's check in the... Oh no, not light mode. All right. 7600X. 4060. What's the cheapest one? 248. That is quite a lot, no? Oh, what? No, 348. Yeah. Bro, I thought we're going crazy. That is pretty decent still. Just gonna use some cheap window with RGB fans. There's no FPS difference. Just choose the cheapest one. You want a 5600 kit with 2 modules at the least. Right, that's gonna be good enough. 1 terabyte. Performance, you don't need an M2 drive, but it's nice to have some read and write speeds. Let's do that. And here you should get a Mars gaming one. It costs about the same as one of these. Mars Gaming 550. That's the one I'm using right now in this. And CPU cooler, I will get the Thermalright 120 refined. This one. Right, 663 pounds. If you buy this in the UK, bro. That is cheap. No, that is quite expensive, bro. You want to be under 8,000. But still, like for like averaging 400 FPS for 600 pounds, that's crazy. Pounds, not USD. That's why it's cheaper. So 3,100 Swedish crowns. But I bought my 4060. I have like 4 of them for 2,799 Swedish crowns. So mine was cheaper. Can you ask Scrims with it? Yeah, I would probably make a Scrims video. 11,800 XD. But I don't understand Intel. Why is the 9900 X3D worse when it comes to FPS? Isn't that a little bit strange? But it's the 3DV cache per core problem. So this one gets all the 3DV cache divided by 8 cores, and the other one gets like half or something like that. I think that's the problem. 12 cores split into 2 CCDs. Oh, so that's a problem. That's not good, bro. I don't think, like, I would have preferred them to keep the 9800 XOD, 9900 XOD, like that series, but just increasing the performance, the raw performance in games. And then kept the 9950 or the 9850 for crazy people. Because this is just too confusing. Like, how can a 9800 be better than the 9900? That just doesn't make sense. Wait, how much is this? It's cheaper than Sweden, but not that much cheaper. Yeah, I saw somebody make a video about that. Like, if you get way worse performance, You have to do this, and then he went in and fixed it. That's a problem for sure. $48 views, bro. People did not like this setup. That's not good, bro. 48 views? What? Oh my god, that's bad. The other one had like how much? Like 800 almost? Like the pre-stream. This was I was just setting everything up on the desk. Got more views than the other build. That's not good, bro. Oh my god. Yeah. No, 9000 series. Turbo mode. Yeah, don't. I guess that if you're a enthusiast, you want the option. Like you want it to be at least have the potential to be better for whatever you're using it for. But for a market purpose, it's like the Intel one. When they fuck everything up and go from the i5, i3, i7, i9, and then go with the Ultra, I was like, bro, what is happening? Nobody's gonna want this. But I don't know. I'm not a PR relationships kind of guy, you know. But like it's a big problem because people don't know what they want. A lot of people they go into like Microsoft and say, "Hey, I want a good CPU to run this and this," and then the guy is gonna say, "Yeah, you should get this one." And then you go home and then you see that, bro, my friend gets more FPS than me. Why? I bought the more expensive one. And then all your friends gonna laugh at you, bro. That's not good. That's a lose-lose situation right there, bro. $4,900K XUD. Yeah, that would be crazy. Maybe one day. But I saw a video when somebody asked an Intel engineering person and asked, "Are you gonna release a CPU with 3DV cache?" And then Intel said, "We already did, like 15 years ago. Nobody wanted it." So for sure they're gonna release it now when people want it. What do you think is best new? To be honest, it's a little bit better than the 12400F, but I don't think it's worth it. Like in most cases, this is gonna cost 30 to 40 pounds more. And you're not gonna get that performance. Like it goes from the 12400F averages to 40 to 260, and this one averages from 260 to 280. So it is better, yes, but it's not that much better. But yeah, I haven't fully compiled shaders yet, so I don't know. It drops a lot still. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Yes, the good thing is I bought it cheaper than a 12400F to sell and flip, and the resell, the second hand value is gonna be higher. It's gonna be updated, like supported. on like for overclocking and stuff like that, the 14th gen. So the 14600 KF 700 and 900. So people are going to be talking more about the 14th gen. So in the eyes of a normal person, the 14400F is worth a lot more than a 12400F, even though the performance is pretty much the same. So I don't know, if it's similar in price, I would recommend getting the 14400F. So as you sell your parts, yes, basically. I'm gonna go on a spree, and I think I'm gonna sell everything I have, except for my main PC and one other PC. Because I had this idea that I was gonna upload these gameplay videos, and maybe one day it will work itself out, you know? That the views would carry the channel. But that's not what's happening. So the only videos that are getting views are the shorts, basically. Or the tweaking videos. So there's no need for me to have. I have like 10 fully built PCs now with different specs for no reason at all. I just built an i5 14 Gen for 400F integrated graphics. Oh, oh yeah, you wanna get a GPU? Can I get a physics? Yes. What games are you playing? If you play CPU intensive games like Fortnite, Valorant, like Overwatch, stuff like that, get a 5060 or the 9060 XT and get extra VRAM. But if you play Fortnite specifically, I will get an NVIDIA graphics card. If you play other games, get a used 4070. My actual main PC right now is a 14700KF and a 3060. The 9800 XD and 4070 is the highest specs PC that I have for that testing. Oh, you use a voice changer also. Okay, so with GTA and streaming, yeah, I would get the extra VRAM. So you either want the 9060 XT for the extra VRAM or a 4070 or 5070 if you want the latest one. But the price to performance is not worth it if you ask me for a 5070 right now. A 4070 Super outperforms in a lot of games the 5070, and it's cheaper secondhand, and the same VRAM. So I don't know. You'd rather main that than the 1990. The 14700K is a lot better when it comes to editing, and like compiling code and stuff like that. So that's why I have the 14700K. I don't play games on it. No, so when I play and just like with Flash Units, we try to play like scrims or something. Yes, I'm using the 9800 XD 4070 PC. But right now I have the 9800 XD 4070 PC, the 7800 XD, the 7600X, and then I have two 9800 XD CPUs just sitting on my desk that I got for a good deal. I need to build PCs and sell those. And the 750. Did you sell that? My A610 support. Yeah, so the A610, you're not gonna see a performance difference with a 4070 Super over if you get like a 7690. But your RAM overclock, like RAM overclocking does a lot. And potentially you have the same performance gain if you overclock on those, but it's gonna be way more stable and easier to run on a higher end motherboard. But the H610 Gen, what's the PCIe Gen support on that? It's Gen 3, right? Is it Gen 4? No. No, it does not support PCIe Gen 4. Wait, were you playing 1080? Oh, that's good, spec bench. That's a nice overlock. Does the B660 do it? Yeah, so you need a B660 to get PCIe Gen 4, but I don't know the performance difference, bro. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have Gen 4 or Gen 3. I think if you play like 4K VR, like stuff like that, then you want PCIe Gen 5 and a 50 series graphics card because you might actually see some performance difference. But yeah, it's fast enough. I wouldn't care too much about it. You can stick with your H610. You're gonna go sleep, bro. I'm also gonna go sleep. It's time to quit. That last guy just phased through everything. He phased through my life. Quit life. Yeah, I'm going to the dentist tomorrow. I am not happy about that, bro. I hate going to the dentist. It's the worst. It's really the worst. Best Back Bench, Cousins, Dove Gaming, Tamil, and Avox. Take care, Rose. Mountain Highs also. Yeah, no problem, bro. And Hypnotize. Let's go. I just scrolled up in chat and read the people that were like wrote recently. Duchess. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Freunde.